from Mpijanko Europe. Enra FIFA World Cup qualifiers no match ba kwa menya abotire hwe bi pa was South Africa and Nigeria game no. Ekoye 1-1 between these two clubs. Ken Sanka ye di din and ye debo football dia. And can no be expected say Nigeria for be winning game with ease. Because looking at the individual players and names and you Nigeria, Adimola Lukman, Moses Simon, Tiwobi, Ndidi, Ola Eina, these are names are over your continent iswa or Mosro. Name Omentimi and Kwanku winning game. Ken, Adia Bakwa man notice about this South Africa team ni say. Enkwofo en share am fa credit en fama de en fama mu coach Hugo Bruce. Ejuma pa wa ye with South Africa team. It got to a time na nipa lose interest our South Africa national team. Now we call South Africa man nim ho a no mo ni gidie our South Africa national team nim. Omo fa Santana na gidie nim. Omo kofa omo legend Pitu Musmani ebaye. Still na no na nyoma nkoyi. Ana omo call say omo bekwa kofa Hugo Bruce edenaba. Now Hugo Bruce eba South Africa no the only national teamer now our coach no Cameroon national team no abroad omo je African Cup of Nations. Enti se wa check Hugo Bruce about South Africa. Na nkofo expectation na nkofo ni gidie bebre wum. By Ken yi tactic set one chain. Hugo Bruce ebe fa South Africa national team no. Nyoma miensa. Ana yi se wetimi dia bebre South Africa national team ama South Africa national team ni koyi. Nyoma miensa ne baako self se wo hwe South Africa national team na. Ometimi anya that self belief no. Wo hwe the mental and moral quality across South Africa for na soro. Or the character be ababa be South Africa national team nim. And you say one more sa winning mentality no. And to say we Hugo Bruce awa be for South Africa team no. We tactics to nchaya. Say winning mentality odi biaba or the character ba and a self belief. And to say what take South Africa for na. Omonya sa believe ne say onbetima rocky shoulders with the big giants. And to musia Morocco mu nsuro mo. Omusia DR Congo mu nsuro mo. Omusira Idito mu nsuro mo. Yako African Cup of Nations so Cote d'Ivoire. Arguably, not the non-comfort to say oye favorite for African Cup of Nations or Ivory Coast no. Near Morocco. Hugo Bruce ne South Africa ne you mu free mu. So what check World Cup yebo say na. Group Nigeria woman South Africa woman no. South Africa lead with 17 points ah. Say omu destiny omu bibia show mu nsem say ombetima qualify. Enti adwuma na Hugo Bruce ayeneken. It seems nkofo more that credit nkofo enhwe South Africa team ni se so ne South Africa esi akan a so no na nhye wa edin so betima show mo engidie na nkofo eni South Africa team no se Hugo Bruce buy no wetimi make sure say or the gidie na saba South Africa team ni okọ South Africa man mu a obi enya gidie say South Africa betima qualify their World Cup. The last time you say South Africa ever World Cup was 2010 abro mu host here by say yambo qualifiers. Na South Africa qualify no. The last time on board qualifiers or qualify no was way back 2002. Ache. And the South Africa team nanka se wo say no. It seems as a Hugo Bruce by and ken what transform team no. What more with that self-belief, character and a winning mentality. Nyome ko yedi ama South Africa. Say World Cup no. I just want man kasa na be lose some games are omu team qualify. And my member South Africa for any Hugo Bruce abaso pay adwuma wa ye with South Africa team na nya adwuma ketwa. Oko piemo Europa. Norway ewo mu group ne no mo share 11. Etia Moldova. Haaland mpunkwanya 4 goals ewo sa game nim. So what check Norway group na say Olidi Italy, Olidi Israel. Eye group ba ko a efiti sa draw ne by no bia etepo say eye Italy na obetopi group no. By assistance now Norway above 5 games ewo sa group nim. Norway team win 5 ni nyina. Asa wo check goals o match 24 goals e was our group nim. Norway for hope say ometima qualify e dey akọ World Cup no. Norway the last time you won FIFA World Cup was in 1998 e was France. 6 editions near ye hu Norway e was FIFA World Cup nim bi. Norway akwa country ken omo time qualifying ko major tournaments. And in the history of Norway omo national team no World Cup o makomiensa. Heroes no omabo baako pe enti no we ankasa your mind baako a se yenko major tournaments te say World Cup no untan hu no we say omo qualify show na no we akwa si akan but there is something special about this Norway omo side Norway for no wogidie say anytime bi ombenya golden generation bi omo qualify the FIFA World Cup and 3 times omo qualify the World Cup no Norway benya omo first golden generation omo nya omo first golden generation no omo the World Cup in 1938 Emma Norway for qualify for omo first World Cup that was the time I know menya omo first golden generation Nils Eriksen mo on na the main man Edmund Norway national team omo nya omo first golden generation omo the World Cup in 38 Norway benya omo second golden generation omo the qualify for 1994 World Cup for USA esa the qualify for 1998 World Cup for France Satan ye benya Ole ye benya Ronnie Johnson mo ebeye omo second golden generation omo the World Cup back to back efiti one aye den say Norway betimenya another third golden generation and currently looking at the number of players ekuro say no Norway for hu ne say omenya omo third golden generation because we are talking about a Norway side or Martin Odegaard or Oscar Bob Antonio Nusa or Abrante Fence Solot and over the main man Haaland. And to our third golden generation, no, or GDS World Cup about 2026, no way bet to qualify. And to Sabu taking Norway about say marking. Anytime be a Norway, a benya golden generation biano, or qualify at the FIFA World Cup, and our third golden generation, no, say Norway, or about 5 games, 5 wins. Say omo match sa kanina no omo heso bit ma qualify e dia ko manim and a big history e dia mo bit say Haaland e be big history and a record e dia mo bit say Martin Odegaard so bit ma qualify Norway e dia ko omo 4 FIFA World Cup say baby adru no aye den dia ma Italy the rate are no way for no air share a ma pick form no Italy anya very careful Norway bit ma qualify e was our group no ma top our group no ma member mo so abaso De La Fuente Oye Spain national team manager akwa akodi nkomo bebre Baako mo busa ne say akra ne friend say Dean Huijsen ne say no si hu no ana De La Fuente Oye Spanish national team mo coach say akra ne friend Dean Huijsen no ohwa akra ne din a ne calmness ne maturity how would me handle situation bia se game na ekoso a akra ne super player ana De La Fuente ebo Dean Huijsen abaso ken ehun hia say wo support Real Madrid and also be support to the Spanish national team and san wait me who say Dean Huijsen nankasa nimbo nebo obi ohwe football obi abeka no kra kire ne ho a se o ka young center backs o Messi football Messi so sesi a omo perform very well Dean Huijsen eka ho bi Dean Huijsen ye center back and in association football there were 3 types of air center backs traditionally center backs are we are traditionally yetimi divide them into 3 ye wo mo ye stoppers ye wo mo ye ball playing and ye wo mo ye sweeper so we pick a branch friend said Dean Huijsen now we say oh analyze no as a center back we betima classify Dean Huijsen say or ye modern center back and some modern center back no omo combine everything together mostly omo ye classify omo say omo ye modern center back no e ye omo ye technically gifted enti obi o ye modern center back to say Dean Huijsen bia say o pick na ye attack ya o influence attack and ye defend so a obetima defend better e dia ma enti say wo fa Dean Huijsen na De La Fuente e man the credit e bona baso a team bi o si akan say o si akan de ma Real Madrid and the Spanish national team say the team e initiate attack bia say center back na e fa ni Dean Huijsen no o ye involve our attacking face him because technically or you gifted or you comfortable with the ball se ball ni kura branch defense Dean Huijsen na on throw because on the ball skills na the technical ability was throw or the ball na from on one kasa half ye can be say ball carrying ability defenders on bet magic ball from one kasa area no mo the ball no atimia progress ya ko manim on bet ma guide and make sure say o mo lose ball no the ball carrying ability e was throw and no you be otimi ma eye passes a etimi split defense and mostly some modern center backs no omo ye obi a omo ye technically gifted omo attack omo ye very good and omo say defend ya eto de bi mpokura na omo ntan use physicality ni aggression ni bebre but anticipation omo awareness omo positional sense balance and a composure na e wosoro and omo ye defenders omo sa wo pace enti say ne papa friend said De La Fuente e bo Dean Huijsen abaso aken e ye no kure say Spain enya a future center back Spain betimi di omo nsesi omo waka say dache ye was center back emre ko nanim no obetima dominate eche di amaye let's not forget we Dean Huijsen free wa Spain sa wo Pau Kubasi o say so enti wo Dean Huijsen wo Pau Kubasi a we the Spanish national team head coach unim say o 4 and 5 no the next by 5 6 years no we rest assured say all things being equal Pau Kubasi and Dean Huijsen ebetimama that constant performance. And let's not forget Osesi Akindele Real Madrid and the future centre back for Real Madrid Dean Huijsen. Ken, to be honest with you, Dean Huijsen and De La Fuente ebo na basono onimbo nebo. Na coach na mfensi wo. Ano mbusa ne say wate Gavi nka. Ana papa fense De La Fuente say one Gavi akasa wo phone so. Na Gavi wura ho pa. Ana Gavi akacho no coach ne say or trying so about operation. Any idea you say Gavi akache De La Fuente say was operation. Nini nani say according to the coach was Gavi akache and say or was okoye meniscus operation. Meniscus operation no say osha eye say uni no eye C shape and no eye cartilage in between uni joints no. And sa cartilage no and no ana act as a shock absorber. Etimi stabilize uni no. And you can say meniscus enti no na say Gavi akwakonya sa injury no and you say okwa operation. And can me read about a meniscus injury no say a partial ebetima take some few weeks. Nemum say enye partial dia ebetima take be say 3 to 6 months. Enti a big blow at the Barcelona and at the Spanish national team. Ya wanyoma bebre a itimi affect players. Omu development any omu pick any baby also omu duru no omu ntimi nduru nyoma etimi affect players no baako eye indiscipline se player enye serious a ni potential any nyoma ewo ni mu no ontimi reach sa potential no environmental condition baby osi akan ne se nyoma nkoye mfama na etimi affect no ade baako affect players pa ye injury. And in the case of Gavi Ken, it seems say injuries na ya akwakoye too much e dey ama Gavi as a footballer. Let's not forget say uko Spain mostly players or mere midfielders no omu football IQ e wosoro and omu technical ability wosoro. Few occasions and abahu a Spanish player especially operating in the midfielder or football IQ ne technical ability wosoro and was aggression no Gavi was ade ni nyina. And nan say enche in 2022 Gavi aye kan ho asemi oji golden boy osaje copper trophy and from 2022 akura o see so na ye project ni so obeduru sam pempen so no eye Gavi de na asi eye injury efiti so onya AC no nyoman sedan ko yi mfa ma Gavi. And let's not forget ye kobo World Cup and Gavi be here playing time obe here form no wetimi Spain national team nim enti papa ne say abrante ne ba ko ye meniscus injury and meniscus injury no sanitary year eye some few weeks sanitary year eye 3 to 6 months and wetimi tinafia eye big blow e de ma Barcelona came de ma no besi no Emil Huijsen edi nkomo kakra wo Chelsea. Na Emil Huijsen say Ocha Joao Pedro na obetima follow the footstep of Drogba ana Brantia ye friend say Diego Costa e wo Chelsea bobuku ni. Ade kronti a Emil Huijsen kasa asem ni nyina na ye say after Drogba a Diego Costa baye no players omo taye number 9 omo leading lines in the Chelsea no the last number 9 player and also leading lines in the Chelsea otimi share 20 plus goals e Premier League was Diego Costa. Oye Diego Costa free wa Alvaro Morata ba wentimi ama sa numbers no Giroud wentimi Tammy Abraham e get close about wentimi ama 20 plus no ye benya Timo Werner ye benya Lukaku and ye benya Abrante Fence Kai Havertz Nicolas Jackson. Sa players ni nyina no lead lines in the Chelsea ebobo season ewie no omo ntimi ma 20 plus goals. Na papa friend say Huijsen say otwa ball na Joao Pedro bona obetima yesa de ma Chelsea. And I'm tempted to believe say me ne Huijsen ya adwen because one Joao Pedro about 3 games at the Chelsea in the Premier League was 2 goals. Chelsea create chances bebre ye na aka obi obeye clinical finisher. Okay. And kaya say Chelsea ntimi create a we striker bebre. But in this case, Chelsea creative. And it is a Chelsea with Joao Pedro or ye clinical finisher there. Asema Huijsen ka say after Diego Costa no, Joao Pedro bet my the next player obet mama Chelsea 20 plus goals no. And me ne papa ne adwen perfectly. Rate na krane kono. So ko ni say ya ye bobo season e no obet mama Chelsea bear 20 goals in the Premier League. Well,
me just say Kwame ma Ederson na begin to also mama. Ederson.
But I say na Nancy na yentoaso na bebia awoshi ewo bia yenchia no awoshi ewo dunkwa no fe na yenanse na yemonkomo kakra. Ken, last season ewo Barcelona one of the things far paradigm Barcelona was how united the team were. They were playing as a team. Now saying issues be by Amiaka wants to make them ko. A coach in the back say egos ebe affected team no. Ichemuko. Now before the coach Ebeka ego some asemi player I say obia brushing aside. But asanswa sorry bi onete say nsam na ba ya amanfo efa nhra eya ye nokre. Efa Gavi any Fermin Lopez. Ken. Yataka say best friends and nampa what is say omuntemu atia anye sika na yoba.
Ohwem na yese den mienu na yeden.
Ken. Early August. And the stories be started say eba say Gavi girlfriend your friend Anna. Fermin girlfriend your friend Beta. Omumienu nya issues. Ama okwa TikToker. Obia girls no way aye video bi no di twa we impoa no we susu di twa we impoa. Early August na story we buy. And na to say ntokwa na kwa ma say affected players in them na fufo mienu na affected because these guys they were fine to the extent that man mienu cry fine. Tio story ne started say urban obia amfa nya because it could have been one of those things. Only for 5th of August, Gavi, dini birthday. Gavi odi 21st birthday, okay? Best of friends day. Then ya na AC. Fermin be wish no, because all the Barcelona players were doing so. The amount for raise the question say, hey, and something ya in Ukraine say, Gavi ampa birthday, Fermin we fee. And I'm was and then something ya in Ukraine. Because how is that possible? Best of friends. Sebaku dini bedi adi debi omo ye to the extent say Barcelona players obia we say Gavi ye feminine fino. And I'm for sky and there's something ya in the crowd. Anche the following day now Fermin Lopez at the adebia babeto na IG so say what can kind some no can of a sort say bad guys never win. Na nipa bibi wo ho a omo ye omo ho abonten say omo ye nipa papa but deep within them wo ba na wo ben omo wo so omo ye nipa bonfo. Ode to wa anche less than 1 hour no we ye free ho. Ken mini omo ntemu bi. But in some way sisi won chen wo keka niam ni nyire bomu a na kwaya kwai te say bia asam na ya ne kre. Inti asam na konkon ho. Ene Catalan and Central for Mudi team Lechi call Asia. And so they ba say, Omoye training, no. Gavi said that could shut Fermin Lopez is in channel or place in Yemsi almost how. Because Gavi naturally or aggressive. But I see channel call Fermin so no. And you'll be our and no more brushing aside. Almost about Barcelona and Tokwa sounds to see what training grounds are. Ronald Royo and if Hafinya and a peta. This story is according to Catalan Central for Omudi team Nichikoi. It's 2 stories around these 2 guys. First, a started free a man mienu obia girlfriends. To the extent is feminine when she Gavi and among for I can yema woman say asamna ya in the cre only for them to go to Paul Amantokwa Sanswa Kwakwisi. Ken, in say me and now no Fermin Lopez be interview can say oh on only Gavi tem edasoye. But man force okay what can there but in some ways it's a sequence of events you know. If you're analyzing these sequences clearly you see say ebia no crack a crabbe wom. But what let me show you now. I was Barcelona finding perfect solution. Creating another cordial relationship among the players because me can making Fermin want to call for her, Gavi want to call for 100 year, and some no a shall say ma ho mamienu obiane the girlfriend affected him you know. As I say Hans Flick and solve this issue, but the problem is that Hans Flick until omokasa. Tio, on say these are pure Catalan guys omono sa boys you know. Our lifestyle is different, so you need to be among them to understand them. And also so until omokasa, the technical staff into omokasa, To solve this issue, okay, so coach in Tedia, then I was a captain for an Etsy, Testegen, on Timmy Cocassum Weeby, Rona Royo, Timmy Coca, Frankie de Jong, the only person or no more vibe pie Pedri. And non seen a Barcelona Falco Fat Thiago Alcantara, almost story out by you know. Said Thiago Alcantara, say, coach now insists on Fat Thiago Mra, not Thiago say, on a bit lazy between the coach and the players.
So I go so no. Thiago never yejumana.
Say Thiago Alcantara ne juma banano. Because clearly coach ni here obi obegine coach ni here obi a obe trust because these are player to player relationship. E kwa abonten asem wasi. Because media fund be blow asem no na kofa issues aba. It's the coach needs someone who he can trust. And Thiago Alcantara so ni coach need to say. Inti say Thiago Alcantara no on be here 4 times the name he will be around the team. And there many be o boys need to mean can't the coach now. Thiago Alcantara bang boy no more respect no. They can solve it because team has a flick team. It revolves around system, yes, but unity plays major role. In Nyaman Kitchen as start to affect team say Gavi ni Fermin the as soon as possible. Say no because in some who can Yemeni in a bomb or TikTok is here about girls or be to Toman in the young. They should solve it as soon as possible. Dear Tosum, Ken Nicholas Jackson. Me who how desperate a striker will be. Say, buy Munchi for some more pel. Penna or more pel no, and your loan, and your outright figure. Say be a permanent deal. Also all pel loan. Before Nico took a decision, he knew very well say buying winching targets. Ne Nick Votamadi. How many 55 koya? Sad time next to got 65. And we decided so money. Inti buying so peulona. How desperate will you be, say? African ni say, matam 3 million. If you me see come say me they so deal no so. What Jesus Christ? What they quiet day? 3 million euros. See, the reason why I make some winning in and say, Nico won't KK ball. Penny for buying Munchin as that we really will contract details to the extent some for crack catch. Say, Unyan KK ball no match say, a young foul permanent. Because what I know, let's say deals be a banner permanent dealer. Now what is the play be atam nisika ede so deal no so it makes sense. Miami Manchester City Fernandinho Otinisika 4 million and this deal so Coutinho did same. A permanent deal. But Nipa Kronos so pay loan. Oh, kobo 1 year the aba. Say matem me 3 million. Now, anona say Huijsen. Pepacho Huijsen wabo buying Munchin. He's former president of the club. Open penyimfoni bia omokasa ewom ewo buying Munchin na oni ne wom. And we be revealing contract details. And now no dey buy no. And also central fat can some na chia no. And was so about church nsem no mu bio. Na interview a Huijsen say ne say. Also send you sika no contract no clauses ehemu ni. Aka 32 Bundesliga games. Na Nico contract na DFB enka ho. I was so about 40 games and them buying Munchin. When Timmy about 40 games are all back to Chelsea. 40 games no DFB Pokal enka ho. Me no ka say CCA aka 32 Bundesliga games. Champions League if that is if Bayern Munich crack final 13 games. We can buy my 45 games. Into out of almost 45 games now we say Nico bought 40 games.
Obesa ba afcon.
Obesa ba afcon nyame aduma. Into no let's just say deal now we kwa win KK ball no. Virtually it is impossible. Meanwhile, let's just say we're spending 3 million to just go and play Bayern Munich for 1 year. Africa need $3 million. Unim de Ghana ha, eba Africa and Senegal. Unim de betimi. Oh, Ken, I'm extremely disappointed.
I appreciate it.
They will not appreciate you. Ken, me nya ni kwa kameka cha ni say, sad decision.
There's a Kobisa Sadio Mane.
Oh,
Bayern ya one club.
Oh,
and then semi na kawa bonten.
Oh,
paying for no more hardwin. About players in Ibia. Omu yimu pa.
Bayern Munich. Sadio Mane, your man is so ne be highest paid player. I will buy Munich 22 million. That time, hey, man, no ya 21 million. Thomas Muller, Kimekimo, Omunina below Sadio Mane. These are the guys, political guys with him. Oh, Sadio Mane Ubeje. We all know what happened, and nothing ever changed him. It is a whole bar. It's other than you know when it dreams a Bayern Munich as a football club. Ever time number 9 in the Amano. Bayern Munich. I feel sad. Me no so called normal loan and Kenya me ya say what time with $3 million say me ko Bayern Munich 1 year ba. Over by the Newcastle for dealing any year. Now we're going. After CAF World Cup qualification team year pa. You see, yeah, stage, you know, we have 10 games to qualify. Groups, you know, Obia almost 6 name them with the exception of the Eritrea. Morocco deal because Eritrea the Omankasa withdraw say Omunim no more players no ball qualifiers are players ni nya drew Morocco omabio ombesika asylum. Some of them pem ho asem go munim the asinti omombo. Because apart from that ideally you need 5 games to qualify. 5 home, away 5 into Kanina Boma. That will give you 30 points. Mekani see so at the abati through second spot now. What's that table no say you see airqua? You need minimum 18 points to qualify for the second spot. Can't menya non kwa mepe. First spot me pese me komu bebre but ken mame no discuss kakra. We have minimum of 18 points because they say omo qualify for the second spot na Gabon says already over 18 points. Madagascar was 16, DR Congo was 16, Burkina was 15, Cameroon was 15, Nigeria was 11. Can we patch out here? So only the minimum of 18. What the 6 points in advance Nigeria share the next 2 games 6 points or the amano was Lesotho was Benina Nigeria the 6 Ekas 7 11 1 it gives you 17. Like I said, Nigeria even if they win their 2 goals possibility of them qualifying which now my worry Cameroon. Ken Cameroon for no the only nation na yawa and now Rogobert song by G. Jumano. You are one year Pamu Rogobert song, and I can't buy a story say. Samueleto say, only more or so, and not say, our ministries for my appointed Mr. Bryce said, the coach of the team of the Cameroon national team, Mark Bryce, and the head coach. Me what? Me patch my from Ghana situation to say, yeah, per coach. Anna keto kreku so otiwa saa na otiwa radio so say ye can say Honorable Kofi Adams akofa coach for the aba without on any notice. This is what happened in Cameroon. And then tobufu ye say how the ministry appoint someone without me I'm a football association president. I'm on a Mark Price e kontokwa to the extent say eto pamo papa no. Or pamo papa na ministry for say hey master when you serious one come on reinstate him. And before Mark Bryce crowd start here, Jumano, share the conditions and what grounds.
Eto 1 year and you don't cost stadium there.
Because and you're ne papa pano. Ono de be wa complex way what's in way for our own and say the free home. Say, Mimi na me ye feka for president. As I say me appoint you be who minister work of obi the naba. Papa no so menenka. Anna Mark Bryce ye ne. Okay. It's the conditions on the ground itself no and
Cameroon.
But it will be extremely sad. Say ye co-World Cup. Now Bobo place ni be Carlos Beleba mo and me show when him na me show boys na.
Baleba me say na wo so na so
ele. Mbwe mo ni ade ken eya.
Oh.
Eya.
Onana.
And no Onana he got frustrated up him supporter bi. Now supporter no crab be twa selfie. It's a sad.
Cameroon will play so.
Okay.
Anguiza say you come for the South Africa omo strong up.
Vincent Abubakar.
Vicente Abubakar.
3-4 months ni on bobo. Na coach amana bob just say it's a sad
on him
that's bobo it's situation no so be places second na you need 17 grade wow you have 18 points 18 Nigeria there minimum what will happen omo chance there 1% pay
Nigeria Cameroon.
Cameroon situation. Say Cape Verde there. Oh, here just 1 point. He's good. He's gone.
It's gone. Adolson. And Jabukin Koseneba. Yaba bedun komo. Bigi. Brakakra. Mama na yenri remu kakra.
qualifiers are called so all over the world. Africa, there was a lot of interest and good performances. Now Nigeria, someone qualify for World Cup now. Mom for so born from Mobia, or from Momo Federation in penny for. I am saying this because the BIA didn't come say and football when it comes to quality, it will be as a conform. Until when you get coaches are builders, good coaches. Bring it together players, no matter results are. You have to do everything in your capacity to keep those managers. Now, man, the pressure be brave. Nobody me acting as why you man the amount. Nigeria finds themselves in a situation as is here. Obepeso obekwa pre. No ahweso obetimi anya second sporter and san enu mpo akwa playoff. Enu against South Africa. Omo ye de omo beye bia. But niema nkon kan amfa omo. Nigeria after qualification. Now ya din say Nigeria benya coach we good no be build the team dia omo. Emfa ho the kind of quality omo kita. Ena ni na mu a. Ena omo kofa age no ro bae. Ro ye adwuma ne kakra ba be duru stage bi. Ro mo de mo ne nche da nkon kan fa ma omo. Enti na wo so mage no ro ko. Ena okoye. Ena omo kofa ho se pasero ede ne bae kin. Ho se pasero be build the team de ba Nigeria. Akika mrante ni bomu a. Omo gina park so no omo si akan omo se coach na kire bibi. Ena mrante na wa kire omo ade no. Omo execute coach ne plan e wo park ne so ama results aba. Pasero kakra okopie mu African Cup of Nations. The last AFCON na ekokobo nu Cote d'Ivoire no. What say Pasero na Nigeria for coach? O dia fa ne se onya de. Fa ne se ne mo de bon konkan. Watimi akatima bom. Ama mrante na bo ama ne ma akoyi abomo AFCON na ekobo they got to the finals. And a Cote d'Ivoire our ye host nation. E share Nigeria 2-1. And omo je trophy no e di free Nigeria nsem. After the AFCON and a papa ne se adwuma no onye biom obia mpamo no but odi adwuma na eto honom ontimi mmoa ento aso mfama Nigeria omo bisa ne se die nti na oje adwuma na kɔ no o se ni reason ne simple AFCON no senko giyo senka wanjio anko obeko because there is too much pressure any interference e Nigeria adwuma no ho na odwene ono ankasa ne ho ene ne health ho pressure ne dose too much adwuma no ontimi nye biom eto oje adwuma na de ato. And for so many years after Stephen Keshi, a coach will build the team in Nigeria. Now, who's almost see a kind of boat to a war has pattern. No, Oma Tata, Papa Nama, if you were judged one of their 2 man. Oko. Say, Nigeria finds themselves in a situation as an American. Oko per second. Second now, Oko Peno. Or none that third. Benin that second. Benin leading Nigeria 3 points. Unfortunately for Nigeria, Benin coach you cannot run on Nigeria. Say, on yard, no more pamo no. On the Benin national team coach says here. It is obe Jema Mobi, obe softer Mobi, and your qualification they are calling him Mumpa. And your Nigeria no more disrespected by sacking him, sending body bon conkaino. It is a Nigeria for no. And to me and qualify no man World Cup Libya. And you're quite unfortunate, sir. One missing out our 2022 World Cup no. When Ghana missed out in 2018, you make it sure that you be near my year, not quite be a before 2022 be a Yakobi. Nigeria may say out in 2022, but the Omo Yanin Chess my ready to Omo Peso 2026 maybe. It is quite unfortunate, but this is football. Ken DR Congo. Ya say ye bebo game be na supporters dia bufu. Ebe tutu nkonya was stadium. No ma say niema. But etoda odwene ho a. Obeka supporters na sem. But you have to also take the emotions and feelings of the supporters into consideration. Ken.
Ba ko bia menya ne de ene as a can't be nya on fama on for your story no. What na usu game na bana wie. Ti what usu sa ne banemu obi a usu no no wa sorry tunkunya. Usu chese what wudi chese aye no ho a. Usu sa na the way si banemu a wo fast was start to tutu niema no. As football spirit na no. Ya no na wedding.
Edo de yes adero. And yes
obenya no okay.
So no crepa. But I thought that you take the feelings and emotions of the supporter into consideration. In 24 say akomani ni uraba. Obi bufu a e wo kwan fa so handle na bufu. Obi bufu obeye din, obi susu bufu aje so say bibia ansa na no wato no.
because energy young fan say Ghana and Comoros last game ya shy qualify na Comoros so shy young qualify na sa bibi says here one young kofo be 7 no so
all right, but there are people or you now check
I can't to know we see you some come back or them be tell not to we so we see you na dey na ba ne musa
who say wa nye bibia ken ne hontoro stadium na esi wono no ball e fa nipa 80,000
nya grow
and no stadium na ye ma ama nipa o man timi anwuram na o mo wa abonten no there were more than 20,000 people and no mugu stadium na chi yes
na say Sakra ne kuma sing na combine
yes
ya ka bom na Sakra 40 80
and supporters no. The last time a Congo boy in the World Cup, no mudi in the Zaire, no mundi Congo. 1974, and a Congo boy in the World Cup. Can since then be permanent the Congo and Timmy more World Cup biom. They've only played at one World Cup, 1974. No more the Zaire, no mundi Congo. It almost feels a baby oma bobo na baba bedru no. Players in ekitom no, quality no mo wono. This is the opportunity. So I'm back qualify no makwa World Cup. At least for the first time since on made an DR Congo. And baby, I'm a bobo na baba bedru on the league log. No, only lead this Senegal 1 point. Wakwa Senegal home, the Senegal akwa 1-1. I was Senegal home. Team no money 1-1 no. There were key players from Mobeka squad. Ni hunipom you know almost started yakin. And no game no. The game they played 1-1 was Senegal home no. Nasa anko for nenka home. No wasidiki. I will see a kind of Sunderland Bobo no. And then Cedric Bakambu. The game they played, I was Senegal home. No. These two key players weren't part. But I know a game no more a part. And almost everybody who Congo as was confident. Says the team where Coco 1-1 was Senegal. Now, any opportunity to see a ball move fear near show money I extended to 4 points there. And
in 33 minutes, no much
33 minutes, what take you 2-goal lead?
It will fear.
Me jitum say Senegal was quality. Me jitum say Senegal was through. Recent performances in Congo bebre. That is true. But Robert take you 2-goal lead with fear. Now listen to so quality kakani kitano. Chancel Mbemba nom. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Young
Wisa. Cedric Bakambu. Noah Sidiki. These are good players. And I know na support and international or joining one. Ebaya ne ya. Senka ko Lucy was Senegal home poor. Na ken ha adwene. Se ba bia duru na baba be Lucy wo fie. And they are quite unfortunate. But I quite banasa.
Medasi, meba si ababe twaso. Na wababe hwe eye lokana edia mamenche. Amufa eje